Hi guys, welcome. Today is Math 6, Day 21. We are looking at Lesson 56, Common Denominators, Part 2. So again, common denominators, we know that denominators are a lower number of the fraction. Common just means that they're going to be the same. And we need this when we're adding or subtracting fractions. So we need those common denominators. So if we have a half and a third, we can add those, but we first need to get them into common denominators. Fourths doesn't really help us because that still doesn't go with thirds. So we need to change both of these fractions. Sometimes we'll just need to change one. Sometimes we'll need to change both. So when we convert it into sixths, 3/6, and 2/6, now we can subtract those. Okay, or add, or whatever is being asked of us, since we both have, we've renamed, we haven't changed the value, but we've made both of our fractions over 6. We can now add them. So let's look at 1/2 plus 1/3. So I add these up. Well, I know I add my numerators and keep the denominators, but they're not the same, so I need to change them. So this is where we think of multiples. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 3, 6, 9. Aha, 6 they both have in common. And that's one we just saw in the previous example. So if I multiply 2 times 3, that's going to give me 6. Now I have to multiply top and bottom by the same in order to keep it equivalent. Okay, same thing over here, 3 times 2, so I have to do 2 over 2 because that's equal to 1. So I'm renaming, I'm not changing the value. So this becomes 3/6 plus 2/6. Okay, I carry over the denominator. I don't add those. I just add my numerators. 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, if we look at example 2, Risa saw that she had 3/4 of a carton of eggs. 12 eggs, she used 2/3 of the carton to make a batch of French toast for the family. What fraction of the carton of eggs was not used? So she had 3/4. She used 2/3. So we're going to need to set that up and subtract. Okay, so 3/4 minus 2/3, 4 and 3, not the same. So we got to think 4, 8, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, so 12 is going to be the least common denominator. Again, 4 and 3 both go into what? 24, 48. We can find really any number, an infinite amount of numbers that they go into, but we want to find the least one that they have in common, because we can make this big number and cause a big numerator and denominator just to reduce it back down, which is making more work just for the sake of making more work. So 3 times 3, this gives me 9/12. 2 times 4, 8/12. Now 9 minus 8 is 1, still over 12. So once we have a common denominator, it's pretty easy. We just add or subtract numerators and then simplify if possible. But in this one, 1/12 would be reduced as we can get. Hey, this is really helpful for when we're comparing numbers. So if we're looking at 2/3 and 3/4 and we want to compare, okay, meaning is it greater than, less than, or equal to? It looks like they're not equal to each other, but let's get common denominators and then we'll be able to tell. So again, this is when we just had 3, 6, 9, 12, 4, 8, 12. Again, 4/4 and 3/3 are equal to 1. So we're renaming, but we're not changing the value. Then once we have them renamed and they're over the same denominator, it's pretty easy to see, well, 9 is greater than 8, so 9/12 is greater than 8/12. Some you may be able to see without doing this, but anytime we're comparing numbers or working with fractions, if we have common denominators, it just makes it easier. Okay, we'll go over this practice set when we meet again. That is the only lesson we have for today. So we'll see you guys in class.